Hi, everybody. My name is Mark Gardner, and I teach English 9 and English 12 here at Hayes Freedom High School, along with a variety of other electives that we offer from time to time, ranging from critical media literacy to real-world communication to literature of social justice, so a wide variety of other classes as well. A little bit about me. I grew up in Central Oregon in this super small town on a farm. We raised wheat and alfalfa for hay and peppermint for oil. And that kind of set me on a path toward working. And I didn't actually go straight to college after high school. I took some time off and worked on some local farms before I decided to attend Oregon State University. I got my bachelor's at Oregon State, got my master's at Willamette, and then started teaching up at Lakota Junior High School in the Federal Way School District. Then found a job here in Camas, teaching at Camas High School. Worked there for about 11 years, did some other stuff, and now I've landed where I really have always wanted to be, and I found my home here at Hayes Freedom. This is my 4th year, and it's super cool to see this year's seniors because they were my first freshmen when I started 4 years ago here at Hayes Freedom. I also do some work with education policy for the state of Washington, particularly around teacher evaluation and supporting quality teaching. And I also do some training where I train principals on how to do teacher evaluation and go in and do observations to help teachers grow and so on. So that's some of my side work thinking about education policy. In terms of what I do with your kids here at Hayes Freedom, in all of my classes, it's really focused on thinking and the ideas that we want to cultivate and develop. And the reality that the world we're facing is not black and white, A or B. And that critical thinking that we need to be able to do to, number one, not just blindly accept information, especially nowadays on the internet, but to recognize that the answer isn't always that simple. And that's a reality of the adult world. And we approach that by through communication skills and by looking at literature to help us understand human behavior and to help us understand the ways that people can communicate. And of course, it's an English class, so we'll be doing some writing, but the way I approach writing is a little bit differently. It's not just about a blank Google Doc with text on the page. When you think about the kinds of things that you read on a daily basis for work or for fun, it's very rarely an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, double-spaced Times New Roman boring font. Usually there's visual elements, there's organizational systems within the text, and that's the kind of writing that we will be doing in the future. So that's the kind of thing that we'll be focusing on as opposed to just, plain old essays. In terms of what I look for in English class, every decision that I make is really based on this idea that English is about skills and standards. It's not about checking off of a list of books that we've read. Yes, it is important to read certain books and literature, but what matters more to me are the skills that students develop in their ability to read and think about what they've read, and also their ability to communicate effectively. That doesn't have to happen with a certain list of readings. So there's lots of flexibility in my English classes about how students are able to develop their skills and achieve those standards. Because my standards are not about whether or not a student has read a certain novel or whether or not they can name at least 2 characters in Romeo and Juliet, which hopefully they can. So we really have a lot of flexibility in English about how we get kids to develop their thinking and develop their skills with literacy and communication. So thank you for taking a little time to get to know me and my philosophies and my approach to English. If you ever have any questions, do not hesitate to email me or reach out on Parent Square.